Hi, today I'm going to show you how to crochet your ruffle scarf. Sometimes you come around those yarns that like to turn into a bell instead of a ruffle when you knit. And so today I'm going to show you how to just crochet it so it won't do the whole bell type thing. This yarn you have bigger holes, so on this one you don't have to skip a stitch, you just go into the next one. But if you have yarn like this, the holes are a lot smaller and would be a lot harder to do, and it doesn't look so good. So we're going to skip a hole in each of these, and this is the one we're going to use today. I did a scarf earlier today in the same texture and the color and everything, and it looks like this. It doesn't have that weird line because we're not going to do that easy crochet. We're going to do the harder crochet. And I would use this one as a 3-stitch. You can do up to 5 stitches. I don't recommend going over 5 stitches to make a bigger scarf because it uses more yarn and you probably have to use 2. And sometimes that's like sucky. You don't want to buy another one. You just want to use the one that you have. So I don't recommend going over 5 stitches, but you can if you want to. But in this video we're going to do 3 stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our yarn and have us a little bit of a tail. We're going to fold over the tail into the working yarn and go through the first stitch, which is those 2 lines. Okay? We're going to go away from us into the hole, skip that stitch. You're going to find both of them. If you can't, just do it one by one. You're going to skip that stitch, go through the next one, so you have 2 on your needle, skip again, and then now you have 3. At this point, you're going to grab the middle and take it over the first one, and leave the 2 on there. You're going to grab another one. Come on. Come on. Okay. You're going to grab your next stitch, and you're going to pull them both through, okay? Now, what I like to do, that's your first stitch. But what I like to do is, when I make my second stitch, I like to go through that hole, grab my bottom of my tail, and just go through either the lining down here or through the first hole just to secure it a little bit better. I prefer the lining part of it because it makes it a little bit more secure. So we're going to cast on one more by skipping, going in through the next hole, taking the middle off, and casting on again. So you can take these 2 off, okay? Take it off, and that'll be your second stitch. Cast on one more time for your third stitch. Ready? 1, 2, remember to skip, take off the middle, cast on one more time, skip, go through that hole, and take both of them off. Now you should have 3 stitches. This is the ending to my other scarf I did, so I don't have very much yarn on it, but I have enough to show you. What we're going to do at this point, since we already did our 3, if you're going to continue the way I was showing you. If not, stop here and cast on one more so you can go through it. It helps with the whole stitches. It really does if you just cast on one. Okay? Now to find your holes, you've got this hole right here, this hole right here, and this weird one over here. I'm going to show you how to find them as you're going. The first one, you have this weird line right here. That's that single stitch we just cast on. You do not go through that. You're going to go through this big hole right here. Okay? That's your first one. 1. And you're going to cast on 1 stitch. Ready? Skip and go through that 1 hole. Take the middle out and leave the 2 on, just like you've been doing. Okay? Cast on again and go through both of those. So now you only have 1 on there. That's your first stitch. You're going to find that weird hole, and it's only going to be on this row. That's going to be weird. You're going to find the second weird hole, go through it, cast on by skipping a hole, take the middle off, which is that hole you went through, cast on again, and take both of those yarns off your needle. Now, for your third one, it's going to be kind of hard to find. You see it's like a really big bunch, but if you grab the end, you'll see a hole, okay? You'll see this, if I could show you on this camera. Yeah, so you see that hole? You're going to go through that hole, okay, right here. And that'll be your third stitch. Skip a hole, go through it, and now you're going to cast on again and go through those 2. Now you have 3 casted on again. Make sure you cast on Oh, crappers, I did it. Okay, there you go. Okay, make sure you cast on one, go through it, and turn your work around. Okay? Now, it looks a lot better like this. Once you start your second row, all the other rows are going to be a lot better. Okay? Now, they're going to be easier to find. You remember, you cast on this one, so you don't use this one. You use this one. Okay? If you cast on this one, you're going to have now 4. So make sure you always have 3. Okay? You're going to find your hole. You're going to go through the first one, and the holes are a lot easier to find. Very easy. They look like little V's. And you're going to make sure that they have 2 strings on it, because if you use 1 string, it pulls it. And I'll show you how to do that on the second one, okay? Make sure you cast on, go through it, and then cast on again, and go through those 2. There's your first stitch. Find it again. Sorry, I've been doing videos all day trying to find the right one, and it just hasn't worked, so my arms are really tired. But now you're going to find your second hole, which is right here. Okay, you're going to go through that. Now, here is what I'm talking about. It has 2 yarns. 1, 2, if you could see it, okay? If you just go through just one of them, it's going to pull really bad, and it's going to look really weird. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through both of them. 1, 2, okay? Cast on. Take the middle off, which is the hole you went through. Cast on again, and take both of those off, okay? Now the third one is really easier to find this time around, but you got to make sure you find those 2 pieces like I showed you in the second one, okay? 1, 2. Now it's easy to find this one because there's like a line going across right here. You don't want to pass that, okay? Because if you pass it, you're just going into your little ruffle, and you don't want to do that. So you're going to cast on, find your next stitch, skip, go through that hole, take the middle off, cast on again by skipping, and pull through those 2. Now don't forget, every time you're going to turn your work around, you got to do that 1 stitch, okay? Turn it around and continue on. It's going to look the same way, and you're going to continue on as long as you like it, okay? Now, what I like to do to finish it is to go through the second hole, right there, cast on like you've been doing, just regular, cast on one more time to finish it, and then we're going to grab the rest of our yarn and pull it over it, okay? So that way we can take this yarn off our needle, okay, and pull the rest of the working yarn through. If you have some left over, you're just going to cut it like this. I use safety scissors because my nephew likes to cut my yarn for me, and it's much safer for him. We're just going to cut that off, pull it all the way through that line. Now you're going to find that line. If you want, you can make a knot and end it there, or you can just fold it over that line. Make sure the line's at the top right here, and sew it. I like the sewing because it makes it look a little bit more cleaner, and when you flip your work around, it's going to hide it. You're not going to see it. Okay, so once you sew it, cut off the rest of the tail, and there you go. You have your scarf. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I helped you. I do have another video. It's knitting with pens, and I'm hoping to update that video because it was kind of annoying. I annoyed myself. Yes, of course I annoy myself. There's another video that shows you how to do this. It shows you both ways on crocheting if this one didn't help you. I do recommend that one, and it's beautiful. It's another brown scarf, and it absolutely helped me make this kind of scarf. So again, thank you for watching.